Hello and welcome back everybody to Everlasting Summer. So, last episode was all about Slavia. Actually, the last few episodes were all about Slavia. And the next few will be all about Ulyana. Turns out I pretty much did everything wrong you can do wrong with Ulyana. That's actually kind of funny because I did not intend to do that actually. I did not intend to piss her off. Anyway, but before we will do that, I will do a bit speculation about the game's ending and stuff like that. So, no wait, let me first talk about the Slavia ending. So spoilers if you have never seen the Slavia ending or something, you know. I'm going to talk about it, I did that in the last video. So, I gave myself a week or something, maybe a little bit more even. I haven't played this in a while. No, not like a week. Okay, so let's say like a week. I gave myself a week to think about the ending, and I'm still not the greatest fan of it. I often have the problem, in the moment I see something and it was not as good as I expected it to be, then I'm kind of unhappy with it. I have that often, and like 2 minutes later I think, man, you're just a dick. It's actually okay. I'm still not okay with the way the Slavia ending went. It was too little about the characters. It was too little about the characters' relation. The intimacy came, for me at least, came out of nowhere. I really liked how the whole thing led up to day 6. You know, I liked when they talked on the beach. I liked when they danced. That was all cool. But the whole thing, the revolution, or I don't know what you want to call it, against Olga and all that, and then Slavia being, yeah, Semyon, it's all in your hands, like kinda out of character. I know you can now you can say characters are deep. There is not only one way a person behaves and stuff like that, but for me, I didn't like it. And then she said, no, Semyon, we can't start a life together. You know that as well as I do. And then he later says, I want to start a life with you. You really want that? Okay. Like, what the hell? What even was that? And then in the end, what I personally did not like is if they brought Slavia in the real world. Or maybe she always was in the real world. That is up to speculation at this point. But if you want me to be surprised that she's there, her picture needs to pop out of nowhere. If I see a woman with a yellow name tag talking to me, I'm not that stupid not to know that it is Slavia. You know what I mean? I mean, it could have been just a tease, and in the end it was someone else. Might have been possible, but pretty unlikely, actually. So no, since I'm kind of disappointed, especially because I kind of liked the character Slavia the most, and maybe that's why I'm a bit disappointed, because not everything went the way I wanted it to. But to me, it felt like nothing fit in the ending. But nothing bad about the game. I still like day 1 to day 5. I still very much like the Semyon ending. So let's see how they handle the whole Ulyana thing. I mean, there is pretty much bad things in the air already because she is so young. At least in the camp. Who knows how old she is in the real world? We saw it with Slavia. She was quite a bit older in the real world than in the Soviet camp. Okay. So much about the Slavia ending. Let's talk a little bit about my theories I have. There are many possibilities right now. Actually quite a few how all of this could turn out. And I actually have no legit idea how all of this is going to end. Like, I'm not convinced in any shape or form of what I'm going to present to you now. So, the first theory that I think is possible is that all the girls are the one entity, the cat girl, you know, that all the girls are just one person, one representation of this cat girl that appears in Semyon's dreams. And I don't know really what the cat girl wants from Semyon. Maybe she's the girlfriend he wants 1,000 years. No, well, not 1,000 years. If when he was in high school, that is the girlfriend he once had. That was mentioned. I don't know. Seems unlikely to me, and that would be a bit random. I actually wouldn't like that too much, to be honest. That would be so out of the blue. So that is a possibility. Then the questions, are the girls even real? Like when Semyon returns to the real world, and they are also at the real world, it is quite possible that they are still in a fake universe. Now, I was told in the comments by... I just don't know if I should call out people in a video or not. On the other hand, he pretty much comments on every video by now of mine, so what the hell. So, but also I'm afraid to pronounce his name wrong. Andre? At least it's written like that. He pointed out to me that the Semyon ending meant Semyon went on another lap, and I didn't even get that. But after thinking about it, he's to 99%, he's probably right. And but the Slavia ending, on the other hand, had no indication that Semyon goes on another lap. So I don't know how all of that just gets together. Like, is the Semyon ending just the good Semyon ending? Is it just a bit better than a bad ending, but actually not a good ending, all in all? Or does Semyon also go on a lap after the Slavia ending? You know what I mean? Like, he is again in Sovietgames. Because I know at this point, and you guys who watch this probably also know as well, if you don't know the game very well yet, you might not want to hear this, so just skip ahead or something a few minutes. Since there is one final ending for this cat girl, I guess that every good ending is a loop. That would at least make sense, since you need all the good endings to get her... to get the final, the solution ending, you know. So, that is all I had to say. That was very all over the place, so if you could not follow that, I'm sorry. But these are my thoughts as of now. So, many possibilities. It is possible... and one thing, of course, it's... On the one hand, it's possible that all the girls are one person, or that the cat girl, the cat person, generated all these girls to represent different people, so Semyon can become a normal part of society again, or find the girl of his dreams, or something like that. That is also a possibility. That would be very... actually, I hope they are all real persons. Like, Sovietgames is just an assembly of all persons who have problems in their lives, and they try to get better, you know. Because to me it would be a really, really sad ending if really all the people in Sovietgames were just unreal. Also, this dark other Semyon, that dark Semyon, the doppelganger, would have won if they were all not real, and can't let that douche win. Well, let's go to the kitchen / dining hall. Did I do that last time? Let's see. Can I skip that? No, I can't skip that. Okay, so... we're at the... Whoops. We're at this checklisting part. I see. Okay, of course, I did the checklisting, I know that. The checklist isn't going to run away. I'll get it signed later. While my stomach clearly won't wait till dinner. With these thoughts, I entered the canteen. There was almost nobody in sight. Apparently, most pioneers had lunch already. A lunch lady of impressive proportions provided me with a glorious meal of 3 dishes. A soup Ypres broth goulash from Lavrenti Pavlovich, garnished with potatoes boiled according to the craziest fashion of the 15th century, and a periodic table compote. Jesus, many names. Hardly a menu 5-star restaurant would envy, but I was too hungry to care. Mouse, would you stop flipping out again? After all, compared to my usual meal of ramen or macaroni and cheese, This indeed wasn't too bad. I hate ramen. Personally, I do. I rather eat soba or udon, also Japanese noodles, but they are more delicious. I sat at the nearest table and concentrated on chewing. My focus was soon disturbed by a sudden mighty slap on my back. I even choked. Ulyana was standing in front of me, with a victorious look on her face. I'll choke the life out of you one day. Catch me if you can. She stuck her tongue out. You tried once and you couldn't. Alright, then I'll ambush you somewhere. That's not fair. Look who's talking, Miss Fairplay. I grinned. Okay, you wait. I'll get some food and come back, and we'll eat together. I could do without such company. Better hurry up with my lunch. However, Ulyana came back after just a half a minute. She had a huge roast beef on a plate, and few large boiled potatoes. Oh, she's looking like she's challenging me or something, compared to my royal feast. Where did you get that? Gotta know places. She looked at me and grinned with all her 32, or however many she had, teeth. Are you telling me she doesn't have, she still has milk teeth with 14? No, you don't have them with 14. I'm not crazy. You are crazy, Semyon. I won't stand for this. I never was a master of pranks, and in school I often found myself on the bullied side. But I had to get back at her somehow. And what if Olga finds out that you are stealing food? I'm not stealing, she flared up. That's what you're going to tell her. I wonder if she'll believe you. Hey, are you... Alisa suddenly possessed Semyon, you gotta know that. And how would she know? Well, that depends on many things. Like what? Ulyana looked me in the eyes. Apparently she has to look down to look me in the eyes. Semyon is very small. Bring me a bun. A sweet one. Where am I supposed to get it? Well, the same place where you got all this. I pointed at her plate. She hesitated. Alright, 1 bun. And promise you won't tell Olga. You have the word of a pioneer. She ran off towards the kitchen. Without hesitating, I opened the pepper box and emptied it into her drink. Yeah, well, I guess that fits Ulyana's character. I would never do that in my life, really. That is kind of fucked up. Just as I finished, the restless girl came back. I mean, Semyon, you're like 24 in real life. I know I don't even know anymore how old you are. But even when you're now 17, that is nonsense. Here, you racketeer. Looks like she didn't notice. Okay, now, who drinks his comfort last carries strays? Don't be silly. Silly? Watch me. I won't play these childish games. Look who's talking. I smiled maliciously. Ha! You watch me then. 1, 2, 3. She didn't even let me grab my glass and in one quick motion downed her drink. That was, fitting. Oh, that's a boiling sound. Cool. In just 1 second, her expression changed to that of an authentic terror. Her cheeks went red, and her eyes were about to pop out. She jumped from the table and rushed to the table with the drinking water, spitting and yelling as she went. Now, if I may say that right now, it actually makes sense. You know, I already did the scene where they chased each other through the canteen. And in that scene, when they repaired the place together and cleaned the place together, she said, "Why do you hate me?" And back then I thought, that's a kind of strange question. But if this happened before, I kind of assumed, I would assume that Semyon hates you as well, Ulyana. So, joke's on me, I guess. You! I decided not to wait for her and went outside, giggling to myself while finishing my bun. Okay, so much about that. See you in a second for the next part. Oh, yeah, well, that is useful. Skip the tournament, lose against Ulyana. We'll do that. Huh. Thank you, creators. I mean, I read that many people did not like the card game. I like the concept. It was just a little bit Yeah, it was a bit too random. I actually liked the idea of a mini-game in-game, but the game itself was not that great. And that was the main problem. Okay, here we are. And now we lost to Ulyana. There we go. Okay. At least I won a single round. I left the canteen. It was still too early to sleep, and a short walk looked like a good idea. Where should I head to? I had to... whatever the walk through tells me. I think it was the gym, wasn't it? Yes, it was the gym. Right. Well, not the gym, but, you know, the football field and stuff like that. It was certainly... God diggity damn it. I'm sorry. It was certainly too late for football, and so the pitch was empty. I spent a couple of minutes there, listening to the silence, without any luck, and then headed back. Okay, so now I am supposed to go to the stage, according to the walkthrough. Now, is the stage... The stage is probably what is called scene here, I guess. Well, we'll see. The events of the past day kept flashing brightly in my head. That stupid, useless checklist. This foolish tournament. Tonight I had no intention of doing anything or to talking to anybody. The investigation of my complicated situation was the last thing on earth I would do this evening. I headed to the north. At least, well, I thought it was. It was my habit from my youth to go to the north. I like this part of my hometown more than the southern districts. To be honest, I don't even know where north and south in my city is. Traveling to the Black Sea, I know where the Black Sea is, though. Ha! Resorts was never my thing either. Boundless forests and fields were much closer to me than beaches and Balkans. That, I think so as well. Several minutes later, an open-air stage consisting of several wooden benches and a platform appeared before my eyes. I climbed onto the stage. So much varied musical equipment. Loudspeakers, microphone stand, and even a piano. I imagined a crowd of people in front of me, everyone screaming, shouting my name, myself blinded by the spotlights. I imagined the guitar in my hands and attempted to play a long and stringing solo. I suppose it looked pretty funny from a stranger's point of view. A weird guy swinging his arm on stage, jumping around like an ape and making faces. I hope no one can see me here. Well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's not the case. Hey! Piped up from somewhere above. I looked up and saw Ulyana hanging over the beam under the stage ceiling. And you did not see her there? That's strange. And what are you doing here? I'm just... Denial is obviously futile. You saw it, didn't you? I said in frustration and turned away. Oh, I see a wasted guitar talent in you. I said nothing. Hey, come on, don't frown. That was funny enough. She giggled. Funny enough, eh? I huffed. Yep. Ulyana answered calmly. Come up here, dude. Where to? To me. I ain't gonna get up there. Don't even try to convince me. Not that I have a fear of heights. It's just that climbing up there is pointless, isn't it? No, just get over here. I felt in my bones that something was going wrong, but still slowly headed her way. When I found myself standing under Ulyana, she cried out, Catch me! Oh jeez, I was already wondering. We saw that picture in the flashback of the Semyon ending. I was already wondering how that happened. And jumped. Thousands of thoughts flashed through my mind in an instant. By the way, I don't think I'm gonna put this time in the thumbnail, but obviously, totally necessary panty shot. It's just when I saw that the first time with Miku, I thought, is this game really that ridiculous that it relies on such things? Well, I guess fan service, it's still a work of anime, so fan service is needed or something. How would I catch her? Is it worth trying? What if she dies? What if she breaks my something? Why the hell does this happen to me? That's her own fault. No more fooling around. Wow, what a number of thoughts come and go with the blink of an eye. That is true. Like, when something really big happens, you have like 1,000 thoughts at once. When sometimes many years are not enough to come up with a single idea. At last, logic and self-preservation instinct won the battle, and I stepped back. Ulyana landed gently, tumbled instantly, jumped to her feet, and looked at me with offense. Holy moly, why didn't you catch me? Yeah. Seeing also that, you really start to think Semyon hates Ulyana. You didn't get hurt, I answered, shifting my glance. What if I did? But you didn't. What's up with you? Watched too many B-movies recently? So, don't you care about me? She grinned. Well, in this situation, certainly I do care. I'm flattered. Hey, don't get any ideas. Okay, you're forgiven for the cards. And you are not. I had no time to finish the sentence. Ulyana jumped off the stage and vanished in the dark of the night. Yep, one more childish trick from this silly girl. Sure, I was worrying about her at that moment, as I would for anyone else in her place. And once again, cursing Ulyana in my mind, I headed towards my cabin. Yeah, we know that. I remember that actually. So, skipping ahead to what is the next scene? Let me try to remember. I don't remember anymore. Well, you'll see it in a second anyway. Alright, here we go. We'll go help the sports club, because that is probably where Ulyana is. At least judging by the fact that the walkthrough tells me to go there, and I'm on the Ulyana walkthrough route, you know. I was hoping that I could escape the obligatory work if I pretended that I'm helping the sports club. They obviously have tons of members and could probably do just as well without a single extra pair of hands. However, I'd better visit the sports ground, at least to check in there. Just in case Olga finds out that her ideal pioneer slacks off and dodges community service. You never know. I could imagine worse punishments than a public telling off at a party gathering. True that. I wasn't really planning for that to happen. All of a sudden, I saw no cleaning, painting, or repairing, but a football match. They were playing 5 versus 6. Oh yes, again, absolutely necessary panty shot. Hooray! Hurrah! I can't roll my R nicely. Wait a minute, let me try that one more time. Hurrah! Okay, there we go, that's the best I can do. I took a closer look at the players and recognized Ulyana. By the way, not the best shoes to play soccer with, I've got to say that. I won't interfere, I'll just watch. The teams were obviously mismatched. One team consisted entirely of younger kids that looked about 12 years old. The other team consisted entirely of teenagers. Besides, they had one extra player, Ulyana. Mind you, what can just one extra person, moreover, one girl do? Soon enough I realized that I was mistaken. Ulyana had a good dribbling technique, cutting through the defenders one by one. She obviously lacked teamwork skills, but they weren't even required at this level. She scored with an enviable regularity. I came closer to the pitch. Hey, come and join us! There's short one man on their team. I guess that is what counts as community service here. We have already finished everything, said Ulyana, sounding insulted. I looked over the sports grounds again. The benches were freshly painted, new nets placed behind the goals. How did they manage to get through all of this stuff? Come join their team. Well, given that I escaped the last time, I should indeed play now. So, let's see, you told me that you were a good soccer player, Semyon. Or a good football player. I don't participate in this shitty argument. I'm German, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Ball at the center, we start. With the very first touch, I put the ball into the top corner with a delicate strike. Actually, it wasn't that difficult. The pitch was at most 50 meters long, and the goalkeeper of the opposing team couldn't even reach the crossbar. Oh, that's actually not good. Sometime later, we tied it up, despite our team being 7 or 8 goals behind at the start. Objectively speaking, one should note that Ulyana's team scored a couple of goals during my time here too. More precisely, she scored. You couldn't say that she had Ronaldinho's tricks or precise Beckham shots in her pocket. She would just kick the ball into open spaces, and coming up towards the goal, she just toe punted every time. Oh, that's never good actually, but as long as the ball is in the goal, you know. However, such a dull strategy brought positive results. I could not keep an eye on every opponent, and my teammates were not much help. Certainly, I played better than all of them, and theoretically I could have scored as many times as I wanted. But it seemed unsportsmanlike to me. Also, they are little kids. Don't be an asshole to little kids. You know, just saying. Winning isn't everything. It's taking part that counts, isn't it? Very Olympian thought of you. But after Ulyana's words, Penalty shootout. The winner wins the game. I made up my mind that I don't want to lose. At the time it was 11-9 in our favor, so it wasn't reasonable to object. You're in goal, I'll shoot. We switch then. 1 shot each? Yes. I stood at the line and got ready. She took a run and sent it straight into my hands. That's not fair. What is not fair? I'll shoot again. Okay, just do it, I said, smiling. The second shot would go better in rugby. 1 more time? Absolutely not, she sniffed. But you shall never score a goal against me. We'll see. I put a ball into the low right corner of a goal with a precise kick. Ulyana didn't even move. However, there was no point. Penalty kicks like that are uncatchable. Looks like I won. She answered nothing and just looked at me resentfully. I needed to lighten the mood. Don't get upset, And that's when the music started playing. Finally you realize it's not a whistle. Thank you, Semyon. Took you long enough. Calling the peonies for lunch. I'm a bit salty today, ain't I? That's because today I played a game. What was it called again? An RPG Maker game. Castle of Wizarmuth. Castle of... Something with castle. Look in my videos for something with castle and angry in the title. I swear to God, if you want to hear a German dude swearing in German, that is probably the best opportunity you get when you're not in Germany. That really made me angry. So if I'm unfairly salty today, I hope you'll forgive me. Also, it's like 20,000 degrees in my room. It's way too hot in Germany. It hasn't rained in days and it's super hot. Alright, I'll get even with you some other time. She laughed, waved her hand, and ran in the direction of the canteen. I juggled the ball a little and followed her. Who is marching? Yeah, okay, that we know that. Who is marching forward and stuff. So I guess next comes the chase scene and the canteen, if I remember correctly. And let's see what comes after this. Oh geez, we are already at the dance. I totally forgot that. Wow. So, now we'll probably get a scene with Ulyana. By the way, I start getting the feeling I understand where this is going. Maybe this whole story here is about rejecting Ulyana. You know, Semyon is a dick the whole time to her. And she's actually interested, but Semyon rejects her because she's too young or something. So maybe this is like a whole different lesson we are going to learn this time. That would actually be pretty cool. And if the creators want to, he can get together with Slavia in the real world or something. I don't know about that, but if that is actually the case, that would be pretty neat. I would actually like to see that. Slavia left. I probably should not refuse her after everything she did for me, but I wasn't made for such activities. Okay, that is an awesome picture, I have to say. The pioneers kept on dancing. Oh, that's Shurik. I'm a stupid. Of course it's Shurik. At least they liked the ball. Olga danced too. I consider that not really appropriate. The leader has to keep order around. Especially since she is not 17. Olga came over to me as if she felt that someone doubted her professionalism. Why are you not dancing? Jesus. I don't really want to. Your choice. She smiled cunningly. Then have a perfect task for you. Go dance, my friend. A task which is... Any other activities seem better than dancing. You cleaned the canteen well today, but... I think you haven't fully atoned yet. Ulyana? What? Come here. Ulyana came over to us reluctantly. I see you have had enough dancing for a long time to come. No, I haven't. She was sweating like a pig, so it seemed that the leader was right. I have a task for you and Semyon. But Olga, Ulyana begged. It's dance time now, and it's late. It won't take much time. Slavia was sorting the books in the library, but hasn't finished. Oh, I see where this is going. So is this the alternate version where Ulyana falls on top of Semyon? We have only a couple of shelves to do, but... No buts. Goodness sake. I don't like public work, but dancing? I'm ready. Always ready. Good job, Semyon. That's my boy. A real pioneer. You should follow his example, Ulyana. Ulyana didn't appreciate such an example, though. So do it. The whole camp is relying on you. I remember this, she hissed. Oh, to Semyon. Or to Olga? Maybe to both. The camp in the evening was beautiful. Silence and peace calmed me. Only the distant music from the square reminded me that I'm not alone here. And Ulyana, who just came back. Oh, she changed. Okay. You could do the cleaning in your dress, though. I grinned. This is all your fault. She breathed heavily, and her face was red as a tomato, so I wouldn't have been surprised if steam started coming out of her ears. You! It is all your fault. Why me again? If only you had just been quiet. What would have changed? She would make us do it anyway. You. She wasn't able to speak normally and just hissed. So what if I kept silent? Do you think she would let you keep you having fun? Ulyana looked at me. She seemed to calm down a bit. Really? You don't care at all? You can't even dance. So what if I can't? If you had danced with me, it would have been fun. She returned to her usual childlike mode. I guess, well, I might see them. Also, I don't want to lie. I already know the decisions up to day 5. I didn't read day 6 and day 7, but I didn't know that there was whole scenes in day 5 I hadn't seen yet where I make decisions and stuff like that. And so I see what happened and what I need to choose in day 5. Not completely what happened, but I have an idea because of the decisions for day 5. And maybe it's going that way. That would be so interesting. Hopefully they go that way. I mean, I might be wrong. And in the end they come together at day 6 again. Through random bullshit. And I don't know. Semyon, they cuddle for no reason. And Semyon thinks she gives her consistent, I don't know what the word is anymore. And they start to make out. But if they go the, Ulyana, you're not old enough. Or you're not, or we're not meant for each other. Or something like that. That would be actually interesting. Well, I'm speculating again. So, anyway. I hope you enjoyed this episode, even though I rambled a lot. I had a lot on my mind today. So, thank you everybody for watching. Come back for the next one and see Slavia, Ulyana, and Semyon do some chores. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye bye.